Welcome everybody. This should be an excellent series. I'm very excited for it. In the bottom left of Mountain Pass, playing his beta, it's everybody's favorite beta streamer and finalist of Violent Ends Act 1, Krux. His opponent in the top right is going to be playing as humans, and it is Combustion Potato who streams. And normally we're used to seeing his goo play, but apparently we're going to see humans from him in this game. So we'll see what he has to offer against Krux's beta. Krux is going with a single factory opening, and Combustion Potato is doing the same. Their scouts have gone around the center circle here, completely missing each other, so they're just simply going to scout each other's build very soon, and we're going to have a very early air attachment here from Combustion Potato, probably planning on getting himself a quick monitor. Krux, on the other hand, simply producing commandos out of this factory. Also, yes, the overlay is wrong. Oops. There we go. Also, it's like way off center. That looks terrible. There. That was... Okay, anyway. Anti-Heavy Sentinel also going up here in Combustion Potato's base. That's, pretty early for that. Especially against Beta. He must be just defending himself against a really early proxy from Krux. One of the main things about Krux is that he seems to break out the weird strategies in tournaments that he doesn't necessarily always use on stream, so he's a little bit unpredictable. But this game he's going with a very standard safe build, just grabbing himself some commandos out of his starting factory, trying to micro them efficiently against the starting Trident here. Keeping that one away from the Trident, trying not to take too much damage, and he will finish it off there. Continues making commandos. He's got 3 now in his base. And I don't think that he has scouted what Combustion Potato is doing. Has he? He may have lost his commando to this Anti-Heavy Sentinel, I'm not sure. But the monitor just completed and is making its way towards the beta base. It's probably just going to hover over the beta base for a while, since beta have to work pretty hard to get a counter to a monitor, whereas the initial investment for a monitor is very low. Second refinery is about to complete here from Krux, and the 4 commandos are making their way towards the human base to hopefully do some harassment on this harvester line before production really ramps up. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. He just split into 2 groups. Commando on the way. Second refinery is completed, and a small hub is being produced. Combustion Potato scouts everything that Krux is doing. And a conduit is being built. Looks like he's just maybe going to go super greedy. Could see a 3rd refinery, use the conduits to defend the harvester line. We have an aggressive wall going up here by the extractor. These 4 commandos should be able to take out at least a few harvesters before being forced away by the Anti-Heavy Sentinel here. There goes one. The Anti-Heavy Sentinel has been teleported far up enough to force Krux away. There's the 3rd refinery, so we will see pretty greedy opening from Combustion Potato, and Krux is going to match that with equal greed, getting himself a 3rd refinery, medium hub going up there, as well as 2 factories on this small hub. Anti-Heavy Sentinel teleports back here to protect the harvester line in the back. Krux trying to find opportunities with this small group of commandos, but struggling. If you can force that Anti-Heavy Sentinel to keep teleporting, he may be able to get a few shots off on it. It takes a lot more damage while it's teleporting than it does just sitting. 3 factories going up from Combustion Potato now that his 3rd refinery has completed. And another Anti-Heavy Sentinel is being purchased as well. Krux is just going to keep dancing back and forth, forcing that Sentinel to continue teleporting. Meanwhile, he's macroing up in his base. And as long as he can remain the aggressor here, he should be able to keep his opponent contained. And every time he picks up a harvester, it's a big win for him. Oh, he let it go! There goes one harvester. Krux just hovering here with these 5 commandos. Anti-heavy sentinel being teleported to get rid of them. That harvester might escape. Yes, it will. Takes one out, but a commando goes down. Another anti-heavy sentinel teleporting here. Krux not really punishing the greed, but again, he's being very greedy himself. Went with 3 refineries and now has a huge army of commandos on its way to the base, as well as a 4th refinery in production. And Combustion Potato has actually thrown an extractor up way over here. That's going to be his 4th refinery, so they're both operating on a very similar economy right now. Krux has done extremely light harassment, but nothing too game-changing. And a silo has completed here from Combustion Potato, probably thinking about doing some aggressive walls. He does have a monitor still hovering over Crux's base. Large factory in production as well. But Krux is doing his fair share of scouting as well. Although this anti-heavy sentinel is probably going to force those commandos out of the base permanently. There goes another one. Some defensive walls going up here, no aggressive walls from this monitor yet. Oh, and there it is. Crux's new force of commandos has found this harvester line, and that extractor is going to get completely shut down, bringing Combustion Potato back down to only 3 refineries for now. More attachments are going up, and we're going to see a lot of Gladii from Combustion Potato, who made himself 2 tank attachments here. From all 3 of these factories produce tanks. And obviously Gladii will perform quite nicely against commandos, but he's going to need to mass quite a few of them, because that is a big army of commandos there from Krux, who has just finished his 4th refinery and is now throwing up a large factory and tank attachment here in his base, as well as some walls over here on the southeast expansion. Maybe he's thinking about setting up a proxy here next, as well as a wall here. So he's got very nice map control, and that's really Beta's greatest strength. So he's definitely making good use of that, and it'll be up to Combustion Potato to break his containment using teleportation walls of his own, and obviously his very powerful ground units. We do have a Nimbus being constructed here from Krux, and the Nimbus was a huge factor in the Mista's game against Ulti Bahamut. He was largely against heavy tier 1 usage though. Let's see if Krux can use it just as effectively against his opponent now. Oh, I didn't even see that Nimbus. That one's already in Combustion Potato's base, apparently. Hailstorm's also in production. Monitor will scout the proxy here in the southeast. Combustion Potato very much needs to break his containment soon, especially now that there's Nimbuses on the field. He really needs to get some anti-air or air units of his own. Focusing too heavily on ground units is a mistake that we've seen humans make twice now. And it'll be on Combustion Potato to gracefully recover. The Nimbus is an extraordinarily powerful tool for the beta. It can really, just one Nimbus can turn an entire game if the human is not prepared. And 3 howitzers is almost a dangerous purchase when you see that your opponent went Nimbuses. I mean, obviously you want to have those howitzers at your disposal to take on the giant blob of commandos that's running around, but at the same time, you really need to be careful with them, because if a Nimbus just bombs them and takes them out, then that is a huge setback. We do have an anti-air sentinel here in the base. It's going to make the human base a difficult position to assault. Some offensive walls going up here in the center. Trying to get himself control of this area of the map. Krux having total control over both of the northeast or northwest and southeast expansions is going to be a pretty big problem. for Combustion Potato. He's throwing up an extractor here. I mean, one commando on a wall isn't really enough to stop a harvester line, but the fact that his opponent obviously has vision of it is a pretty serious problem. Uh-oh, here it comes. That's 3 Nimbuses. Combustion Potato is pretty spread out. One howitzer goes down. 2 howitzers go down. Gonna need a lot more AA, and he's gonna need mobile AA. He's gonna need longbows. He still doesn't have any attachments for killing longbows, but he has them going up here. He tends to produce longbows out of this small factory. The walls here did complete. Krux is making walls of his own right next to it. And these 3 hailstorms are gonna be probably enough to stop 5 Gladii from charging. This harvester line is still going pretty much unharassed. Combustion Potato has like way too many monitors over here. He should probably dial back his production of monitors. He's got 4 in the exact same spot. Ooh, nice howitzer shot. Ouch. Krux is going to back off. He doesn't want to take too much more damage from that howitzer, and there's 3 more on their way. Meanwhile, longbow production is about to start. Yeah, I guess it's just hasn't clicked the button yet. Still only 1 refinery down there. We also have a refinery up here. Krux definitely taking hold of the map slowly, and now it's time, I guess, for him to ramp up production. Maybe, I don't know. He's got another refinery going here in his base. Medium hub as well, so Krux is definitely just working that economy as hard as he can while he's got his opponent pretty contained with these Nimbuses. Oh no! Ouch. If Combustion Potato doesn't field a counter to these soon, he's just gonna fall way too behind on his ground forces. Stalkers and hailstorms clean up all the ground forces here, and that extractor was either moved or destroyed. These beta ground forces are about to crack through this human wall, and once they do, it's going to start looking pretty dicey. Nimbuses arrive just in time to get rid of those howitzers. There is 1 longbow here, but that's just not enough. There it goes. Nimbuses clear it up easily enough. Take out a huge chunk of those ground forces with it. And this set of forces over here on the left is going to be breaking through the wall very soon as well. There is 1 howitzer left, low health, but again, it's just not really going to be enough. Combustion Potato is holding his opponent at bay, but just holding your opponent at bay is not enough when he's expanding all over the map. We're going to have 2 refineries going here. Probably going to see more expansion down here in the southeast as well. Combustion Potato hasn't done much to counter it, but that being said, Combustion Potato just finished a teleporter here in his base, and hopefully he'll be able to utilize that to break free of his containment if he gets some Lancers into Krux's base, which is not really defended at all. I mean, there's 2 actually, I take that back. He's got quite a few Predators on turrets here, so he's obviously anticipating teleportation. This 6 Lancers will probably be able to still inflict serious damage depending on exactly where they get placed. He also doesn't have any AA, so I mean, this monitor's been here for pretty much the entire game. So, depending on exactly how and where he teleports, he could definitely inflict severe economic damage. If he teleports to one of the proxies, he could probably take out all refineries. If he teleports Lancers. He doesn't have the attachments to produce Lancers currently, so he'd have to do some rearrangement in his base. But he does have the teleporter at his disposal now. Curious to see how he's going to use it. It looks like he's maybe breaking his containment a little bit. He's got a longbow in this blob. Howitzers just did a ton of damage to these ground forces over here. Need to keep moving though. Ooh. Howitzers get taken out, but so does a huge chunk of Crux's forces. Oh no. All those hailstorms are done. Yep, there they go. Everything got cleaned up, and he may be able to make a push for one of the expansions now. He's definitely alleviated some of the pressure that Krux is applying, but if he doesn't slow down Crux's economy, I mean, that's the main concern here. Wait, what's happening there? Why is that small hub almost dead? Something shooting at that? I don't know. Pretty much one shot from anything is going to shut down those refineries for a while, but it's just a matter of getting some forces over there. Of course, he could use the teleporter. I'm not sure he's used the teleporter at all yet. He could easily teleport here. He's got lots of vision from those monitors. And he's got a monitor here as well, so the teleportation could really happen anywhere at any time, but of course he has to continue dealing with the constant pressure that Krux is applying to his main base. Moving in with Stalkers and Nimbuses. Now, Nimbus just got shot down by that longbow though. Uh-oh. There it goes. 2 Nimbuses down. Gladii continuing to deal with these beta ground forces. Howitzers are making their way to the left, however. No teleportation there, no teleportation here. That teleporter's been done for a while. Unless I missed it, I don't think he's used it anywhere. Cloudburst cleaning up monitors left and right, sprinkled a few in. What are they doing? I think those monitors are rally pointed. Just rally pointed a bunch of monitors over Crux's blob. He sneaks past the walls up through the north here. There are howitzers available to protect. He's gonna try and take out this conduit, but he's taking heavy losses from the artillery. A lot of monitors just getting sniped by these cloudbursts, but it doesn't matter. This entire ground force is definitely about to get taken out, and we've got some kind of army making its way towards the bottom right. This seems to be mostly longbows. There's some Gladii as well, though. There aren't any refineries down here yet. No refineries, so he's just probably going to clean up some of these walls and hubs. Definitely think he should be focusing on the top left, trying to get that hub destroyed. But at the same time, Krux is applying so much pressure to the front door here, and he has sprinkled some avalanches into his army now. He finally has something that can really blast these walls. Get them all cleaned up, clear the way for his ground forces to start dealing serious damage to the human base. Combustion Potato has been on, like, not that many refineries for quite a while. He's probably going to be mined out soon, too. Yeah, he is mined out. He's completely mined out of his river. Meanwhile, Krux is sitting pretty on one expansion there. He's got 2 refineries, actually, in the center. I didn't even notice those going up. He's about to be mined out here in his base. He is mined out of his spawn. So both of them are kind of getting mined out, but Krux definitely has a much better position on the map, and I still don't think Combustion Potato has used his teleporter at all. If he has, I missed it or something. Krux has a big army making its way towards the southeast, and refineries going up here as well. He's just continuing to expand. And Combustion Potato actually managed to get a couple extractors up here. Harvester line. He got not very many harvesters to come back with resources, but I guess it was something. Krux responds quite quickly and takes those extractors out, and he's going to start walling this off a little bit more securely. Meanwhile, a refinery just went down in the middle. Nice pickup by Combustion Potato, but I think that Krux is probably going to shut him down here. It's going to come down to Howitzer Micro. Ooh, Nice opening burst there, but the hailstorms up here on this ridge are probably going to turn the engagement in Crux's favor, and those howitzers have to make a hasty retreat. Whoa. Where did these refineries go? There were refineries over here in the top left, and they're gone. Also, fine, I'll unban you, Galahad. Please stop being so distracting. I'm trying to, like, cast right now without you fucking seriously. Keep it on topic. Thanks for the donation, though. I appreciate it. Exactly. You can bribe your way out of a ban on Romeo's stream. You totally can. I'm not above that. Combustion potatoes making their way towards the southeast here. Will destroy this turret and get this extractor back up. And Krux is actually a little bit vulnerable down here. There are 2 refineries. If you can get those taken out with his ground forces, that will put a dent in Crux's economy. And you can definitely tell that this game is running a little bit longer than either player is really prepared for. It's at this point that your original plan has completely faded, and you now have to adapt to the fact that you're mined out here, you're mined out there. You've got to keep throwing up refineries. You've got to keep reacting to what your opponent is doing. I mean, look at them. They're all over the map. 3 Gladiuses blowing up a extractor right here. Some various tanks dealing with this, and I still don't even know if he's used his teleporter. Has he? If he has, I don't know. I mean, I guess. He seems to be all over the map. Maybe he teleported these. I've really got no way of knowing. He's got monitors all over the place. He can barely keep track of his own. Like, look, he's got 5 monitors all sitting in the same spot right there. But even though he's being so redundant with his monitors, he has vision of the entire map, and Krux isn't really investing that much in AA. He purchased like 3 cloudbursts that I even saw. And it seems like the game is getting a little too big for either of them to even get a handle on. Krux is pretty much stopped, that is not even true. But Krux has pretty much stopped applying pressure here in the center, maybe because there's no reason to. I mean, what are you fighting for? If you're not going to end the game, which I guess he doesn't think he can. There's not even anything to disrupt here. This river is completely mined out. It's all about control of the expansions at this point. Krux is about to send a force here into the main base. Wait, what? GG, well played? Oh, okay. I think Combustion Potato had completely... I mean, we can't really see it that well. I wish we could see their resource incomes, but I'm pretty sure that Crux's control of the expansions are what really won in the game. Yeah, wow, okay, look at that. Resources collected. Krux had so much more towards the end. Combustion Potato was completely mined out, and he just couldn't get map control back. I think maybe better use of the teleporter would have helped, but to be honest, I don't even know if maybe he did teleport a lot. He definitely took out a lot of Crux's refineries that game, but he just couldn't outpace that beta economy and map control. Well played, Krux. Short break and we'll jump into the next game of the series.